Okay, this is a proof of concept video I am making to demonstrate an idea I had in order to film repairs for VR. This should allow anyone with a VR headset to be able to watch said repair on their headset as if they were sitting next to me, as well as if you open it on the YouTube app or in the browser, you can also rotate the video around and see everything in 360. Today we are filming a Droid Turbo 2 battery replacement. What's going on today here is the customer's device is not holding battery the way it used to. This device did come out in October of 2015, so it's been 2 years. It's more than likely a battery. We've already done our pre-test of all the other functions on the phone. Everything else is working fine. After a discussion I had with Ian, there is a known issue with charge ports possibly causing battery issues on this device. I did test the charge port. It looks like it's pulling an amp of power, which is about normal for this phone. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and open that phone up. I'm going to take a look at the charge port really fast and see if I see any kind of damage on the port that would indicate that being a problem. Otherwise, we do have a new battery we're going to go ahead and try in this phone today and see if it fixes that issue. But we're going to go ahead and film this, and here we go. And with any of the Motorola's, it's a lot like a lot of these phones that have the plastic backs. You do have to basically walk these clips off. First thing though, you need to take out the SIM card tray, which on this phone, interestingly, is the volume rocker. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. Now we've got that out, we can go ahead and walk these clips. Go ahead and grab my tool for that now. Just go ahead and start the process with a blade. You do not want to do this with the blade entirely. I just try to get up under there and get a good bite on it, in which case I can now follow behind with a plastic tool so we don't damage any interior components or the clips that hold this thing on here, because we got to get it back on when we're done. And I've seen a lot of technicians seriously battle with these clips, and it really shouldn't be that difficult. It's actually what this tool is here for. This is entirely for zipping clips on phones that have plastic clips. You just have to start it first with a tool to get it under there, and then once you do, you should be good to go, unless it gets really dull, which some of mine are dull, but you can hear it zipping off now. Silence that customer's phone, be right back. Sometimes the corners can be a little stubborn, and you do have to like restart the process when you hit the next edge. That's that. And we have a couple of screws holding this down, and like every noob tech that does a Motorola, I swear, they always strip this one screw in the middle of it. Now, I preemptively knew that I was going to have to deal with this when I came back into it, because I've been in this phone once already, and I saw it stripped, as it always is, by Batteries Plus. I put a little dot of super glue, and I'm hoping that basically hardened plastic, now that it's had time to dry over the couple days, has given me enough of a bite to bite it out of there with the screwdriver. Anyway, let's see what happens. Figure out which one of these is the right one. Let's see if it's a TR6. I think it's way too big. Probably either a T4 or a T3. Alright, yeah, that's T4. But that middle screw is not a T4, and that's what they always goof up, because they think that because these edges are a T4 and it's a 6-sided, that it has to be the same thing. And it's not, because Motorola is totally trolling noob techs. Every single one of these I go into, noob techs always strip that metal screw. And that's actually probably going to be the worst part of this repair today, because everything else is absolutely caked to get to this thing. Like, this repair should really only take an experienced tech maybe 10 minutes to do. If it wasn't stripped, but it's always stripped if someone's been in it before you. Alright. I'm going to try a T3 and hope that it'll bite. No, look at that! That couldn't have gone any better if I'd tried. And that's why you have to think forward sometimes. I knew I was going to have to go back in there, so I put a little bit of plastic in that hole and it came right out. Anyway, set that aside, and it's funny because I actually have almost no recollection, even though I've done this, other than that strip screw thing. So I haven't done one of these in like 2 years, so I don't remember exactly how this comes off here, but it does come off here. But everybody designs phones relatively the same way, so it's not like it's going to be that hard to figure out. And yeah, they are a little generous with the adhesive on this component. And you want to be real careful not to yank something out of there that you don't want coming out. Let's look at the existing component, because it looks like we've got a flex that wraps around for the wireless charging, and this little dude here on the bottom is where the battery actually hooks in. I bet you that bottom plate's probably going to have to come off, so it's going to come off. I bet you it does need to come off. Yep, and there I can see it's trying to see if it's a single board or a motherboard and a daughter board, because sometimes they'll do that, which is not a problem, but alright. Go ahead and pull that loose, and I'm actually just gonna, I think we're just gonna heat and pry, because A, it shouldn't take that much prying because we're using a really thin plastic tool, as you should with all batteries, so you don't have it blow up on you. And because it's thin, it shouldn't require a lot of prying. So. And while that's heating, I'm going to go ahead and pause this video because it's going to be like a two-parter. Otherwise, it's going to take me forever to upload. So we'll go ahead and pause it here, and we'll pick back up in just a moment.